I'm receiving some sort of transmission. Routed through the main system. Routing.
Looking to take a Disney vacation or cruise? Contact Kristen of MagicalJourneysVacations.com. Magical Journeys is an authorized Disney vacation planner. Kristen will get you the best price available and continue to search for deals until the day you travel, taking the worry out of planning your fantastic vacation. Kristen can help plan your dining reservations and answer any questions you may have. She'll even send you maps from the parks. So contact Kristen of Magical Journeys for your next cruise or Disney vacation. Contact Kristen of Magical Journeys at MagicalJourneysVacations.com. So what are you waiting for? Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
Wow, that sounds great. I want to go. Well, you can't. Why not? Because we have to stay at our posts and keep rebel scum like him out.
Book today at MagicalJourneysVacations.com.
WDW After Dark. Now loading.
WDW After Dark. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. Starring Jeff Davis, Al Jonko, Kristen Hetzel, and Eric Allen. WDW After Dark is live and uncensored. Call the hotline at 410-98-WDW-AD. Follow us on Facebook at WDW After Dark Webcast and Twitter at WDW After Dark. Headline news, Disney food, video games, Marvel and Star Wars. WDW After Dark. Live and uncensored. And now prepare yourself for WDW After Dark.
WDW After Dark, the podcast for adults. And everybody, for some reason, thinks it's funny, I'm going to say, to go ahead and put your little ones to bed and have fun. Because for some reason, that was really funny last time. Not sure why, but okay. So, Jeff, and Eric, we have tons and tons of news.
We do? When did this happen?
It's a plethora.
Plethora.
A plethora.
Hashtag of the night. Plethora.
No, hashtag of the night is lower third.
Okay.
Hands down. Hands down.
A plethora of lower third.
Eric was having to work on his lower third before the show. And when I say that, I mean his little name thing down.
Yeah, this is the lower third, right here.
You nasty people.
Yeah, right here. Right here. You see this right here? This is what's called a lower third.
And for those who don't watch it on video, there is a little banner at the bottom of the screen that has an icon that you can put your photo in or a logo, your name, and then underneath you can have it say something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Jeff, you have your Twitter handle under yours, don't you?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. And see, that's what we're referencing because, we're doing this and people are like, what are they talking about? They're pointing at something. We can't see it. What is it? Okay.
We don't have the video. We can't hear them pointing.
Excuse me while I scratch my back. Hold on. Yeah.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
No, real quick before we get into this, I decided to go to the pool this past Sunday.
Did you get a sunburn?
In one area of my back, because my hands can only reach so far. I have nobody to put it on my back for me. So I'm like, trying to do this, and I'm back here, and there's one small strip on my back that got somewhat burnt, not bad. But now
it's peeling.
It's not peeling, but it's itching, and this has become my new best friend right here, so that it can scratch my back.
So what you're saying?
Scratcher for people who are listening into the podcast version.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is somebody needs to invent a device to put sunscreen in the middle of your back when you don't have somebody to ask.
That's right. Yeah.
So you went to the beach or the pool all by yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Just me. It was Sunday morning. It was my birthday, and I figured I'd start my birthday with a nice swim in the pool, and have a drink and listen to music. And
Happy birthday, by the way.
oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
See,
Especially this year.
This is one difference between, I think, men and women. Now, I could be wrong. So I'm just going to guess that if the two of you were at the beach with each other, you wouldn't ask the other one to put sunscreen on your back, right?
Well, you bet your ass I would.
Would you really?
So I don't burn. I don't want to
Okay.
burn. I have no problem with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just know men can be strange about such things.
Well,
Yes, we can,
Girls
but
were
we
like,
can also
oh,
be
yes, put
strange
this
about
on my back. We don't
sunburn.
care.
Yeah. True. But yeah, I'd do it. I don't care.
Yeah, we can see how much sun tan I got in California, even though it was sunny.
Nothing?
Hardly anything. I walked around with my Fitbit on all the time, and you can't even tell I had it on.
Let's say you're one of the lucky ones then.
And if anything, I should burn, and I don't.
You're solar resistant.
Solar resistant.
That is your superpower.
Yeah.
That could be.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah,
one
I'm
of
like,
the
it's summer, and I'm
Inhumans.
like, I didn't get any kind of suntan at all. I mean, you can hardly see where my strap was from my tank top. It's awful.
I
You
would
want to come
love
back with a
to
little
have your
bit of
complexion.
sun.
I'd love to have your complexion then, because I burn too easily.
I think
So,
that's true of most people. Most people burn.
yeah.
I am
Yes,
a rarity.
I don't have enough Cherokee in me, or whatever. Maybe you do. Who knows? I don't know.
My
You're
Cherokee
too much-
blood's
you're
kind of
too
diluted
English?
too.
I'm too English. Yes. Way too English.
I actually bought Ancestry.com subscription not too long ago, and I've probably screwed things up along the way, but I believe I've traced my line back to like the 1300s, and yes, it was England.
Good gracious.
Yes,
That's cool.
I am descended from nobility. That's
No-
my story.
no, no.
I'm sticking to it.
No Norwegians?
Hmm?
No Norwegians?
No, not
No.
yet. Not
Not
yet.
that
But
you
I'm not
can
done. I'm not done tracing my mother's side. There could be some Norwegians. Definitely no freaking Arendelians.
Yeah, my mom's been working on that. For Christmas, we bought my dad a membership to the international one so that he could try and trace his family. It's not very easy. My mom has spent a lot of time doing it, and it's pretty interesting, some of the things that she's found online and where it appears that my great-grandmother came from, and it's kind of cool.
Speaking of ancestry, have any of you ever, while you're in the World Showcase, gone over there into England and looked up the crest
Yes,
of your last name and actually bought it?
Yes.
I bought it from my dad.
You bought it for your dad. Cool.
Bought it? No. I've looked it up. I've not bought it.
I think I need to buy it next time.
I think so.
My dad is very proud of his German heritage, and so one year for Christmas, I had the crest, and then they have a description of the meaning of the name or in the history of the name, and I had taken that to a place and had them frame it
Oh, nice.
with the like
Very
UV protective glass and that kind of stuff. That way, he can hang it up on the wall, and it's not going to fade, and he can enjoy it.
That's
so that
good.
was a Christmas gift for him one year.
Isn't that awesome? I love that.
That is nice.
Super cool.
I try and put a lot of thought into my gifts.
Well, you did. You did.
Sometimes too much, but yeah, I was glad he liked it. That's why he got Ancestry.com this past year, and he did the DNA testing too.
Mhm.
Bought him that as well.
Nice.
Very nice.
I need to be part of Kristen's family.
I do. You know what? I will settle for somebody buying me Infinity 3.0.
Ooh, that's nice.
Which, you don't have a long time to wait for that because it comes out like Sunday.
Hashtag Eric begging.
Not
So
begging, just
speaking-
recommending.
Speaking of Infinity 3.0, Jeff has some housekeeping to do, and where can people
Yes.
find that? I think there's a place that people can find Infinity 3.0.
Like
they
I did.
can. Yeah. I thought you were talking about housekeeping in general. You got different locations, Quality Inn, Motel 6, other things. But But I will say this. If you are looking for a great Christmas gift or a birthday gift or Halloween costume or a lot of other different things, head over to WDWAfterDark.com and check out our sponsors. We'll start with one of the most popular, Amazon, Amazon.com, where you can find all kinds of different merchandise items that you find anywhere else in the store, but you can find them at discounted prices, and you can get there via WDWAfterDark.com. Also, check out HalloweenExpress.com. Halloween will be here very, very soon. So the opportunity for you to go ahead and pick up your Halloween costume, have it to you before everybody else does. You might even get it at a discounted rate. You can head to Halloween Express via our website as well. And also, movie time gets kind of interesting around this time of year when the fall hits. Maybe a good Disney movie or horror movie or action movie that you want to see. Well, you can visit and get your tickets via Fandango over at WDWAfterDark.com as well. And if you're looking for a vacation, whether it be Walt Disney World, Disney Cruise Line, Disneyland, Adventures by Disney, and so much more, we encourage you to use Kristen Hetzel Magical Journeys Vacations is where you need to go. You can find all of the stuff over on the sponsors page at WDWAfterDark.com.
Have you started looking for a Halloween costume? Anybody?
No.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
need to. I
haven't.
I actually did pre-order in the Disney Infinity 3.0, and I did it through Amazon through the WDW After Dark website.
You know, Eric, I don't think your regular microphone is turned on.
You don't think?
No.
Is he doing that again?
He sounds a little like you're in
Distant?
a hall somewhere. Yeah, distant in a way. Yeah, you're so far away.
How about that?
No, that's not going to do it either.
That's not going to do it.
That did
Wait.
it right there.
That
Right
did
there.
it. Okay.
Yeah, that did it. Yeah.
You know what? It helps to have the microphone plugged into the USB port instead of the controller.
Oh. So he throws the controller across the room.
Only onto the couch. Only onto the couch.
You know, they have a Ringmaster costume online at Halloween Express, and I was thinking, you know, you could use that as the Dumbo ride costume.
You could actually,
They're
yeah.
supposed to
If
be
you
like-
were going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Which is actually part of our news this evening with Kristen. She's got some. What? Yeah. Do you have the dessert party news for everybody tonight?
I do.
Yeah, she's going to talk about that a little bit later.
I am.
Because we do love our food news, and we got some Disneyland news to get to as well. But I think first we need to start with Eric and see what he has lined up for this evening.
Well, as we have mentioned earlier in the show, just a few minutes earlier in the show, Disney Infinity 3.0 release date is this weekend, which 30th to be exact, which will be Sunday. Yes, you can still pre-order. If you pre-order, I can tell you for sure, if you pre-order on Amazon.com, you also get the Toy Box Takeover added on for free. And most people that'll let you pre-order will do the exact same thing. In case you're wondering what will be available on launch day, you will have the Star Wars Twilight of the Republic playset, which is included with the starter pack that you can get in stores. You also, this includes Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars. This, as you can guess, is a Clone Wars-centric playset. You can also get Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi as well, and a Power Disc pack. You have Star Wars Rebels figures, Kanan Jarrus, Ezra Bridger, Sabine Wren, and Zeb Aurelios. You also can get the Star Wars Saga starter pack. Now, this is a PlayStation exclusive. It includes both the starter pack with the Star Wars Twilight of the Republic playset, but also includes the Star Wars Rise Against the Empire playset, which will not be available separately for at least a month from now. and it has Luke and Leia in it. And it also bundles in the Boba Fett figure. Now, that one, that's a neat one, but you're going to pay for it. It's $114. Now, if you're not really that into Star Wars, well then, hey, you can get the Disney Pixar Inside Out playset. It includes Joy and Anger figures. You can also get, as additional standalone figures, Sadness, Disgust, and Fear. You can also get Disney figures Mickey, Minnie, Mulan, Olaf, Sam Flynn, and Korra. And you can also get the Tomorrowland Power Disc Pack. So that is what is going to be available on launch day. Now, they're going to have more that are going to be coming out pretty much at regular intervals between now and the end of the year. So that's what you can look forward to on Sunday.
Eric, have you seen any of the new Star Wars The Force Awakens toys online, the previews for them?
No, really, I haven't. I've been trying to hold off until Force Friday. I don't know, just because I don't want to see spoilers.
Can I give you just one?
Yes.
Okay. Because you are a fan of Nerf guns, like
Yes.
I am. Yep.
Yes.
You have the opportunity to buy 3 different Star Wars The Force Awakens Nerf guns. I'm not going to tell you which ones they are, but there are 3. No, I take that back. 4 that are available. One counts in a way. It does and it doesn't. But I'll let you see that when it comes out and everything, and I won't spoil it for you. So.
Now you're making me want to go look it up.
I know you love Nerf guns like I do.
I do love Nerf guns. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I saw that Star Wars got together with Nerf once again to put out some blasters, I said, "Oh, Eric is going to like this a lot."
How much do they run?
One is going to run you probably about $29.99. The other about $19.99. The third, I'm not sure. But one of the premier blasters will probably cost you about $30.
Okay.
Not too bad.
I'm
It
sure
lasts.
Tom would love to have one of those.
Yeah.
Is that all your news?
That is what news I have that's fit to print.
Sounds good.
Wonderful. Perfect.
I have a few different news stories. I'm going to start with the festive ones first.
Okay.
Why do you look shocked?
No, I couldn't wait. I couldn't hold off. I had to look, and yes, I am shocked.
He had to see the guns.
I had to go spoiler boy.
You just had to do it, didn't you?
I had to do it.
Jeff.
Could
You
not
ruined it.
resist. You know.
Blame that knucklehead over in Mississippi.
Yeah,
Because
I did it.
He's the one. Yeah.
You like them?
I'm liking 2 of them, definitely.
Yeah. That third one is kind of
Rinky dinky.
Yeah, rinky dinky, but still neat.
Yeah.
Kristen, go ahead.
Okay, so there will be a Happy Hello Wishes premium dessert package this year. It's replacing the Villains Sinister Soiree that they had done last year. Why they've changed it, I don't know, but the good thing is it does have a less expensive price tag. This new experience is going to include a reserved location. It's going to be near the center flagpole area of Town Square, which is right as you enter where they do the flag retreat during the day. It's going to be the viewing spot for Mickey's Boo-to-You Halloween Parade. After that, you'll head over to Tomorrowland, where you'll have a fantastic view of Cinderella's castle for Hallowishes nighttime fireworks, and get to enjoy delicious treats such as chocolate-dipped strawberries, ghost meringue, candy corn panna cotta, peanut butter chocolate pretzel, witch fingers, spiced pumpkin cheesecake brownies, peanut butter spider whoopie pies. There's going to be hot chocolate, signature lemonade for kids. There's going to be worm and dirt pots, and to drink sparkling cider. It's going to be $69 for guests 12 and up, and $39 for guests 3 to 11. And you'll have to make reservations for it. And what is so funny? Why is it always there's laughing going on when I'm the one talking?
Because we're trying not to interrupt.
Just I'm really trying.
Okay, I'm sorry, but you ran through that really fast in places, and it almost sounded like Mickey's Booty You.
Right. Mickey's Booty You.
Boo to you.
It's not
Yes,
booty.
we know, but
I heard booty. That's all I heard.
We're guys. We admit it.
I heard booty.
I need to like slow down, I guess, when I read things, since it always sounds like I'm saying something different.
Take your time. Take your time. No rush.
I could just see she's going to start going. Yes, yes, Mickey. I'm going to be honest. I like the lower price for this one, but I miss the name, this Villain Sinister Soiree. It just rolled off the tongue rather well.
Yeah, well, I like the word soiree. I mean, how often
Soiree.
do you ever hear that word?
It means party.
Everything's always a party.
Exactly.
You know, there's going to be sex, drugs, rock and roll, chips, dips, chains, whips.
Yeah.
You know,
The usual.
teenage type thing. I'm kidding. I'm joking. It's not true. It's not going to happen.
What? Teenagers are the chips, chains, and
Chips,
whips.
dips, chains, whips.
Oh.
Some people have heard that line before. If you've ever seen the movie Weird Science, go back.
Yes.
I have. I've
Yes.
seen-
Yeah. That's where the word soiree comes to mind.
Back when, oh gosh, what's his name? He always played the geek.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Yeah, back when he was super nerdy.
Yep.
He's one of those celebrities that turned out better than he was as a teenager, instead of it getting worse the older he got.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would never have recognized him when I was watching, what is that show called? Something, Dead Zone, The Dead Zone.
Oh,
If
yeah.
it hadn't had his name, I never would have recognized him.
Okay.
Anyways.
Anyways.
On to Minnie's Holiday Dine at Hollywood and Vine. See, that rhymes.
There you
So from November 7th to January 3rd, you'll be able to make reservations for Minnie's Holiday Dine, where Mickey Mouse will be hosting her party. You can also join her, Donald Duck, Daisy Duck, and Santa Goofy for a delicious holiday dinner. The restaurant's going to be decked out with holiday cheer, and they'll have festive activities. It's going to be $46.99 for guests 10 and up, $27.99 for kids ages 3 to 9, plus tax and gratuity. It takes one Disney Dining Plan table service credit. You can book the Fantasmic dinner package as well, and that's going to cost $52.99, and then $31.99 for kids 3 to 9. And, of course, that can be made online. That doesn't interest me so much.
Yeah.
I've been to that restaurant once, and that was pretty much all I needed.
go.
Yeah,
I would do
won't
it
be going
again
there.
if other people wanted to go, but it's just kind of,
Hey, it's got to be better than Cape May Cafe. No, anything's got to be better than that damn place. Seriously.
Dude, I am so sorry that you're one.
No. That's ABC Commissary. It's still the worst.
I don't know. I've never thrown up after ABC Commissary before.
You haven't eaten enough there.
Apparently not.
I mean, there are plenty of times, and I've always come out okay. Cape May, different story. I had a hurricane in my stomach after I left. It was terrible. Terrible. They'd have to
Well,
pay
you
me to
are
go
one
back.
of the lucky then that haven't been affected that way by ABC.
There's so many different ways you can look at that.
Yeah, well. We try to look the other way.
Yeah, we try. Yeah, doesn't happen. What else, Kristen?
Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak, which debuts this year at Epcot's Food and Wine Festival. I have the details on that. And this, I don't know, did anybody else look at this? I think it sounds really cute, and I'm disappointed I'm not going to be there earlier because I'm worried that your little secret gift or surprise is not going to be around since I now know what the surprise is.
Well, it's not a surprise anymore, is it?
Exactly.
No, because they told us. So what it is you have to go to one of the following locations: Disney Traders, Festival Center, Penn Central, Port of Entry, or World Traveler, and you buy a map with stickers. It's $9.95 plus tax, and you have to go and locate the ingredients that represent certain things on the map. And once you find all of those ingredients and have the stickers on your map, you take it to Port of Entry and you get your special surprise, which now we know the surprise is one of 6 featured pens. All of them feature Remy, and all of them are the ingredients that you need for making ratatouille. So you have a tomato, a eggplant, there is, I think it's olive oil, onion, pepper, and salt and pepper.
A pen? That's it?
That's it. Think of it, for $9.95 for that, it's, it's not like that's a bad price.
You can just go buy the pen for $9.99 and get it over with. I mean,
well, there's not a whole lot for kids to do during Food and Wine.
Oh, this is for kids?
So I think it's intended for parents to get it for their kids and occupy their kids' attention while they do the eating and drinking.
While they get drunk, basically. That's what it is.
That way the kids don't hate Epcot so much.
Take this piece of paper. Mommy and Daddy are going to head over to Germany.
Yeah. Here, we're going to write right here by the beer cart. We will wait for you.
Brewers Collection. You'll be hanging out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Just when you're all done.
And then the kids will be going to cast members. I'm trying to find my mommy and daddy, and I don't know where they are. Meanwhile, you're passed out over at Mexico drinking tequila,
Well,
half in and half out.
Well, let's just be thankful that you're not so drunk you're stomping through the little model train railway pretending you're Godzilla.
I can picture Eric doing that.
Oh, no. There goes Tokyo. Go, me!
I've seen people in there before, though.
Eric's over there doing that on the train set. I'm in Japan trying on kimonos, walking through the store, having a good time. Wouldn't matter.
Looking like you're the samurai from Saturday Night Live.
Exactly.
Samurai DJ.
Bad version of Beverly Hills Ninja from Chris Farley. Just terrible. That actually sounds like fun. I'm going to do that next time I go. That sounds like a good time.
Pics or it didn't happen.
Right, exactly. There's no proof.
No. Exactly.
But I want these pens. And it says, while supplies last. I don't like that, because that means by the time I get there, they're probably all going to be gone. And I want these.
That's not your fault, though. That's not your fault.
I might have to contact Tony and be like, Tony, please do me a favor.
I was just about to say, why don't you call somebody down there?
Tony would do it.
Yeah, see, there you go.
That's where Disney needs to pull their head out of their butt, and it's called supply and demand. Basically, make enough to last the entire Food and Wine Festival. Come on.
Did Aljon tell you about all the stuff at D23 that was gone on the first day?
Yeah, he told us.
They're not very good with the whole supply.
No, they're not.
No.
They're
Except
not
when it comes to frozen plush.
Oh, gee, yeah, they got plenty of that.
Yeah.
That is the only thing there's too much of.
Exactly. Good point.
Never run out of Frozen.
Yeah.
At least not soon enough.
Yeah, true.
No. told somebody I'm ready for a Frozen sequel called Thaw It Out.
Yeah, you did mention that.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
You mentioned that on the on
Okay.
Thursday show last week.
Yeah. See, all the shows have been running together now. So.
Yeah. Us old people.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, once you hit 40, your mind just goes.
I know.
Something else. I can't remember what.
Yeah. There's a few things. There's a long list.
A long list of things that go.
There's a long list. Yeah.
I'll leave that one alone.
Yes, I'd leave that one alone if I were.
Good idea.
We don't want to talk about that now.
So, on to the Magic Kingdom. News
Hi.
from D23 that I have about that is going to be, there has been construction going on right near, like on the other side of the walkway at an Adventureland across from Jungle Cruise. And it's where they used to do the character meet and greet with Tinkerbell and the Fairies. And there's, for the longest time, been speculation and rumors that it's going to be at Jungle Cruise Restaurant. And it has been confirmed that it's Jungle Navigation Company Limited Skipper Canteen. And it's touted as the world-famous jungle cuisine. Which, let's hope it's not really jungle cuisine.
Grubs on a leaf. Yummy.
Do you remember? Do any of y'all remember going on the Jungle Cruise and at the front end of the queue, right before you get on the boat, they have menu for the week.
Ooh,
It says like lizards taste like chicken, tarantulas chickeny, snake, kind of a chicken thing going here, and then on Friday chicken. No, really.
It would never last if they were to do that. You saw what happened with just desserts that looked like poo. Well, they had to get rid of those after about 3 weeks, and people were in an uproar. I don't want to eat poop. You're not eating poop. It's a brownie, you jackass. Come on, think about it.
It's not really a urine sample. It's just lemonade.
Exactly.
There's always people who have to ruin the fun for everyone else.
Exactly. Bunch of whiners.
To me, if you don't like it, then don't buy it.
Exactly.
Don't go near it. Don't ride it. Don't see it. Don't listen to it. Just leave it alone. Don't ruin everybody else's fun.
Thank you.
And that's why the Puritans were thrown out of England, because they were no fun. And nobody wanted them around because they were boring. They're like, go away.
You
Go
guys
somewhere
suck.
else.
Leave.
We're putting you on a ship, and we're sending you away. Find some other place that will deal with your craziness.
Go to Six Flags.
See? Those are probably the people that complained about the poop.
Yeah. Go to Universal. Yeah. Go to Six Flags.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Go there. Whatever.
Yeah.
Leave. Yeah.
That's a different kind of crowd of people over there.
Exactly. Eric, you're a jackass. Don't do that.
Yeah, but I'm your jackass.
You're my jackass.
Oh my god.
I'm going to steal Eric's computer and delete one picture from his computer. Just so
I don't have it on my computer anymore.
What do you got it on your phone?
No, it's on the cloud.
Damn it. I can't reach the cloud.
Hey, you get off of my cloud.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, here's a scary thought that has absolutely nothing to do with anything else. Did you know that at one point in time, Disney was considering putting the Rolling Stones in Rock and Roller Coaster instead of Aerosmith?
Oh, God.
I mean, think about it. Keith Richards looks practically like one of the pirate animatronics anyway. How are people going to know the difference?
Yeah, that was a good move. They didn't do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are some ugly men, I must say.
Yeah.
Kristen,
Jacker.
Kristen, me and Eric were talking about this restaurant last week during DW60. And one thing that Eric and I hoped that maybe a few things from the Adventures Club might end up in this restaurant. Or
Well,
maybe
it's
some
funny you mention that, because earlier I finished recording the next episode of Dining at Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And when we discussed this, I said that one of the rumors that also has not been confirmed, but has been stated, is that this restaurant is going to have alcohol. And I think what it is that people are hoping it is Adventures Club reincarnated.
That'd be nice.
Everything that I've seen about it just screams Adventureland version of Be Our Guest. I mean, would that be a fair assessment, do you think?
Possibly.
Well, they talk about how your servers will be, Jungle Cruise skippers, and they will have the type of, humor that you normally get when you're on the attraction.
Which is to say, bad.
Yeah.
Cheesy.
But I think I think with the type of dishes that it will have, the type of atmosphere that it's going to be, and everything else, is going to set it aside from being anything like the Be Our Guest restaurant, I think.
Well, I think it seems to me like they're going to take a little bit of that same kind of structure, because it does say that all the dining rooms are different. So you're going to have
that portion, okay. Yeah.
The meeting room for the Society of Explorers and Adventurers. You're going to have the the crew mess hall.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that they're going to do different rooms. I mean, that is what they did with Be Our Guest.
Yeah.
And it could just be they're going to look for that kind of extreme theming for the restaurant.
Yeah, a little more, up close and personal than what it is with Be Our Guest. It's more subtle. It's more relaxing. With this new restaurant, I think it's going to be crazy in there. It's going to be really crazy. I mean, all kinds of different things probably happening around you. Kind of like they did over at Trader Sam's, interactive portions of the restaurant would probably come to life while you're eating and see so many different things. I'm almost sure that's what's going to happen.
I have in my mind that it's going to be like Be Our Guest, Whispering Canyon Cafe.
Ooh, yes, I love that place.
Trader Sam's Grotto, and the Jungle Cruise put into a blender, and that's what you're going to get.
Oh, wow, that's an interesting concept, yeah.
So you have the antics that you would get from the cast members in, Trader Sam's and in Whispering Canyon, combined with the crazy antics that go on, like performance-wise, from the people between, like Trader Sam's and the Jungle Cruise, as far as like the attitude of the staff, with the technology and the in-depth detail that Be Our Guest has. I mean, all of the paintings on the ceiling of all of the babies? Those are all the Imagineers. They're kids, I think?
I think so, yeah.
But, I mean, things like that, I mean, there was so much detail, You've got the flower that has the petals that fall, and the image of the prince that switches back and forth between him being a prince and a beast, and those kinds of things. That I think that kind of technology they're going to be using in this restaurant. What do you think?
I'm thinking you're on the right track there. I mean, you have to have the Whispering Canyon aspect in there, simply because everybody knows that the Jungle Cruise skippers will crack wise, make bad jokes, and interact with the passengers. But I think you're pretty much dead on with it.
It'll be interesting to see how it turns out.
Oh yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
Referencing to the Jungle Cruise, did you guys hear that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is starring in the Jungle Cruise movie?
I have heard that rumor.
Oh, it's not a rumor. It's a fact.
It is confirmed.
Oh yeah. That's going to happen.
Okay, can we smell what The Rock is cooking? No, that's just the jungle.
He's got a couple movies, Disney movies now.
Yeah.
He's got the Moana and now the Jungle Cruise, and he's
done the game plan.
The game plan, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was Tooth Fairy too, wasn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think that's a Disney movie.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was or not. But you know, something about pro wrestlers turning actors. They have to know a little bit about acting to begin with. And I'm sure Al Johnson not going to be happy to hear me say that. But
I tell him all the time, all wrestling is a male soap opera. It is no different than when I was watching All My Children.
Sure it is. There's more destruction.
Yeah, there's a little difference.
You never saw Erica Kane go to the top rail and then pile drive somebody.
No,
instead she killed people or whatever. People die and they come back all the time. In wrestling, you don't die and come back.
Well, no, pretty much. But I like some people do it better than others. Now, Dave Bautista did fairly well in Guardians of the Galaxy, mainly because the role just allowed him to deadpan the whole thing. The Rock, I think, has done a better job than most because he has been able to take roles and just be funny with it. So even roles that aren't meant to be funny, Earthquake, San Andreas, that's it. But no, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this.
I think it'll have a big, a big following, and that should transfer over into the restaurant, which is going to have a big following anyway.
So long as it doesn't turn out to be a ride movie stinker like Haunted Mansion or Country Bears.
No, yeah.
I liked Haunted Mansion. I was one of the few.
Yeah, it was decent.
The issue is, I think, with that is you think Haunted Mansion and you think it's going to be kid scary instead of a comedy.
Kind of like Goosebumps.
I could see that.
Yeah.
You know, you don't expect it to be so cheesy. You're like, the Haunted Mansion is supposed to be kind of scary, you know. That's, at least as a kid, you're at least freaked out a little bit by it. I mean, Con still can't stand the faces on the wall, after you go through and it's got the little blinking eyes and then they've got all the pictures of people on the wall and they all have those really deranged faces.
Yeah.
The Bride is what bothers me.
The Bride, yeah.
Reminds me of my ex-wife. Yeah, so kind of freaks me out.
Hatchet and everything?
Hatchet and everything, yeah. It's just, it really hits home. Or what used to be, I guess. Anyway, I don't know.
Oh, jeez.
I won't say anything else about that. All right, what other dining news we got, Kristen?
I got one last story, and it'll connect to something I think you're going to be talking about.
Okay.
And it has to do with Big Thunder Ranch Barbecue, which is over at Disneyland. It is closing, which is sad to say it is closing because I love this place. Aljon and I ate there. What was it, like a week and a half ago? And it's being shut down because of Star Wars Land. And I am sad to see it go. I mean, they have good food there. Now, see, both of you would have loved it because it's like, it's not quite the beer garden, but it's family style and all you can eat. So you've got ribs, chicken. If you go at dinner, you've got sausage. There's corn cob wheels. That's also at dinner. Cornbread. You've got ranch beans, coleslaw.
Oh, geez, come on.
More beans, Mr. Taggart? I'd say you boys has had enough.
We had to get ask for 3 more portions of serving. They bring them in little buckets.
Oh, yeah.
Just like they do at Hoop-Dee-Doo. It's the same buckets they use
yes.
Love it. That's
3 more buckets of the sausage.
Awesome.
All you had to do was say hoop-de-doo, and that you sold me on it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In a carnivore, come out and play, eh?
And they have, like, there's a guy and a girl, and they're up on stage doing country western type tunes. So it's fun. It's fun. It's entertaining.
But I mean, they still
it's
have
going
time.
away.
They still have until the first part of January
Yes,
to go over and
January
check that out.
11th.
Yeah. So you got time.
Eat while you can.
Yeah.
Eat your meat.
You can't have your pudding if you don't eat your meat.
Pink Floyd for those who don't. Come on, people.
Can't have any pudding. How can you have any pudding when you don't eat your meat?
Speaking of Pink Floyd, because I mean, really, how often do you talk about Pink Floyd? Not very often.
The Wall.
No.
Gotta love it.
And I was in line for Mickey's of Glendale's. That's the Imagineer shopping that they have.
Yes.
So I was in line for that, and in front of us, I had said to Aljon, I was like, the guy in front of us, I'm almost positive he's from Germany. He sounds German. And I said, I know she's not, but I can't figure out where she's from. So Alton goes, oh, I've got some, SR swag. I'll just go ahead and give them some. So I started talking to him, and he's from Germany. She's from Finland. And we start talking about movies and how people feel about movies. And earlier, was it the day before, or earlier that day, was when they did the Legends ceremony. And I asked them if they went to that, and they said, oh, yeah. And I said, okay, so Andreas had said how big the Jungle Book is in Germany. I said, is it true that it's that big? He's like, what, do you guys not like the Jungle Book? And I said, no, we do like the Jungle Book. I said, but we're not big fans of the Jungle Book. Right now, Frozen is, like, everywhere here.
Yeah. It's no Frozen, but we like it.
Yeah.
I was like, there's certain movies that people really like here more than others. And he said, you know what movie that Americans like, and we just don't get it? The Wizard of Oz. And I told him, I was like, I think part of it could be because if you play Pink Floyd's The Wall with it, it's supposed to match up.
Yeah.
Yes, I have done that.
Does it?
Yes. When she opens the door and everything turns into color, that's when the song Money starts up. And to see one of the little munchkins just groove along across the screen to that slow beat, it's hard to keep a straight face, really.
You have to wonder who figured that out. Like, who was so high that they went, hey, let's play these together?
I don't know, but I don't know.
I told him, I said, I'm with you. I don't get The Wizard of Oz. Never been a fan of it. Saw it once, and then I was like, yeah, that's all I need to see.
Yeah, there you go. Though if you see it at an old refurbished theater, it's better. Because you get that feel of being like in the golden age of Hollywood kind of thing.
So there's really like old decked out theaters that would have like the stars on the ceiling and okay.
There is actually one here in Birmingham. It's called the Alabama Theater. It was built in 1927, and it has been restored to its original look and feel. And you go see old movies there like, Gone with the Wind and Wizard of Oz and Casablanca. That's where I first saw Casablanca, as a matter of fact. It makes the viewing of the movie better. It just adds that atmosphere to it.
There was one in Akron growing up, and my mom would take us to see movies there, and I think we saw Fantasia there. Mm-hmm. At one of those where it's has the old curtains and then the like little side balconies that aren't really ever used for anything, but you would think
you expect Statler and Waldorf to show up in one of them.
Yes. And it had twinkling stars on the ceiling. I used to love it as
Yes.
a kid. I was like, wow, this place is so cool.
The Alabama even has what they call the Mighty Wurlitzer organ. It is one of those big, brass organs that rise up out of the from under the stage, and there's somebody that plays it when they do silent movies like Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the old black and white silent version.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. And really, it was also, I have been told, my grandmother told me, that it was the site of the Birmingham Mickey Mouse Club.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
And that she was a member.
Oh, that's super cool.
So there you go. Disney runs in my family. Sometimes it skips a generation, my mom and dad, but, there you go.
Yeah, it kind of works that way. My family's not into that. But my mom said my grandmother used to always watch The World of Color and all of Walt Disney's specials and things that she really liked all of those. And
Oh, yeah.
so I guess we should probably get back to our news since we've gone way off the subject.
Yeah, what were we talking about? It was Disney related, I know that.
It was Big Thunder Ranch.
Oh, Big Thunder Ranch, yes.
Somehow we got way off from that in Star Wars to whatever.
Yeah.
So Jeff, on to you now.
All right, we'll pick up where Kristen left off when it comes to Big Thunder Ranch. Also, it's confirmed that Halloween Carnival is not returning to Big Thunder Ranch area. When Halloween time begins next month, that's usually when they have, Conjure a Villain experience is not being offered this year. So, lots of different things going on with that. But also in Disneyland, Innoventions. Disneyland cast members were notified last week that the Star Wars Launch Bay will share a space with the reimagined Superhero HQ in Tomorrowland. The Marvel headquarters is under construction inside the former Innoventions building. No opening date was given, just like everything else, it seems these days. But based on, a few things, we do expect it to be sometime after October the 11th. Also, the upper level of Innoventions will house the Superhero HQ, and the Star Wars Launch Bay is on the lower level. So is it really the end of the run there for the Tomorrowland Terrace? Well, several reports say that it's a possibility. End of the run notices that came around last month. Disney is required to provide notice to performing groups when they're not scheduled for a long period of time, longer than like 3 months. Now, according to these notices, no performances scheduled are for after September the 30th. That's a Wednesday. Some of the groups, including the 80s All-Stars, the Hard Day's Night, recently performed their last Tomorrowland Terrace shows of this contract at Disneyland. Others have their final performances coming up, including Suburban Legends on Sunday, August the 30th, and Tomazina, I guess is the name of it, September 24th. Is that how it's pronounced, Christian? What is it?
Thomasina.
Thomasina. Thank you very much. So
That's what happens when you used to do the Disneyland plans for the week. I just remember every time I'm there, I'm like, gosh, I haven't had to see that name in a long time.
Well, theirs is going to be on September the 24th. Now, this change has fans questioning what the future holds for the Tomorrowland Terrace and the bands themselves. The end-of-the-run notice given to the Disneyland band in April spelled the end of the traditional version of that group, which then relaunched with mostly new performances and a new show style. Now, Disneyland Resort spokesman told a bunch of people, we consistently review and evaluate our entertainment offerings and have recently substantially increased the music presence throughout the resort. We're excited about some of the new changes coming to Tomorrowland later this year with Seasons of the Force, the Star Wars Launch Bay, and Superhero HQ. In this case, though, we do expect that the end of the run is more of a hiatus, prompted in part by a major refurbishment of the Tomorrowland Terrace stage, expected to start in October. The stage is used for both Jedi Training Academy show and the nighttime bands, and has been plagued in recent weeks with malfunctions that have forced the cancellation of a few performances here and there. Disney only releases entertainment schedule about 40 days in advance, but we do expect the Jedi Training Academy will also go on hiatus when the work begins. Disney's season of the Force promotion is expected to begin in early 2016, almost certainly in time for the Star Wars half marathon weekend that begins on January the 14th. Concept art shown of the promotion seems to indicate the Galactic Grill will be located at the Tomorrowland Terrace, and there may be some Star Wars-themed entertainment offerings in the evenings out as well. So we don't have a crystal ball or anything. We don't have any tarot cards or a look at Disney's 5-year plan. But, we don't know for certain whether Disney will bring some of the Tomorrowland Terrace bands back after seasons of the Force promotion ends, or they may not. We'll just have to kind of wait and see. But everything's kind of up in the air when it comes to that area, and then, of course, what Kristen mentioned as well as far as the ranch goes. Now we're going to head over to Disney World and talk about the 2015 Night of Joy lineup. Disney announced the full lineup for the 2015 Night of Joy event at the Magic Kingdom. The 2-night concert series, which runs 7:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Friday, September the 11th, and Saturday, September 12th, features some of the top artists in contemporary Christian music on 3 different stages around the park. Night of Joy is a hard ticket event, which means it's a separate ticket, and it's required to attend the after-hours party in the park. In addition to the live music, many of the Magic Kingdom's attractions will be open for visitors to enjoy. This year's schedule offers a variety of music styles, including rock, pop, dance, rap, and a whole lot more. Tickets are $65 plus tax in advance for 1 night, and $115 in advance for 2 nights. Special pricing and other benefits for groups of 10 or more are available. Additional information about individual and group tickets is available at the Night of Joy websites. And Kristen already talked about you did talk about the Hallow Wishes dessert party, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah, you did, so I don't have to do that when you already did that. All right. Let's talk Frozen. A closer look at Epcot's
We gotta.
Yeah, we got to. We're going to look at Epcot's new Frozen attraction meet and greet area. Thanks to a new rendering released by Disney, fans can now take a look at what Epcot's updated Norway Pavilion will look like when it opens. Disney Imagineer Kathy Magnum announced that the Frozen meet and greet will take place in a new building based on a historic Norwegian log cabin. Visitors will step inside the Royal Summer House and be immersed in Queen Elsa's world of Arendelle. In addition to the meet and greet, Epcot visitors will also be able to enjoy a new attraction, Frozen Ever After, that will bring riders to Arendelle for a winter and summer festival. After a quick greeting from Olaf, riders will sail into the magical world of Arendelle, where familiar characters such as Elsa, Anna, Kristoff share a beautiful story about the power of true love and hope. Disney has not announced an official opening at this time, but stay tuned because it may come at any time. And we'll get the details to you as soon as we do. This is becoming a trend ever since D23 and Star Wars Land was announced. No dates for anything. It's just currently ongoing.
You know what it is? They're hedging their bets because they don't want to have to deal with fanboys and fangirls who decide, oh, well, they're like 3 days behind schedule. We should really put up an online petition to sue Disney for it.
Mm-hmm. Could be.
They didn't really give, during the expo when they were talking about all these different park things, it was like, expect it sometime in 2018, or whatever.
Nothing.
It's like no specific date. Some of them they didn't even give you a remote time frame.
For all we know, it could be 10 years from now.
Exactly.
No clue as to when this stuff is going to be done. I don't think we're going to have to wait too much longer for the Frozen attraction there in the World Showcase. But as far as Star Wars goes, I mean, your guess is as good as mine. Place your bets now and see what happens. Because
I say in 2020.
2020? That's I was around the 2019-2020 area. Eric was at 2018. That's what he said.
End of 2018, start of 2019.
Yeah, so that's what we hope for. But no guarantee that that's going to happen.
I mean, because you also have them working on Pandora.
Exactly, yeah. Which is 2017, actually. So it's still a couple of years away for that to open up. But I'm looking forward to that. Kristen, I noticed you took a picture with one of the Na'vi while there at the D23 Expo.
Yeah.
Are you finally ever just going to watch the movie to get an understanding as to what's going to be showing up there in the Animal Kingdom?
I am.
You don't look.
I don't want
You don't
to.
sound or look very enthusiastic about
I don't want to.
It's really not that bad. You might be surprised how much you like it. I mean, it's a sci-fi love flick. So, lots of drama.
Did you see the movie Pocahontas?
I did.
Then at least watch that.
At least watch it. You see a lot of that in that movie, no doubt about it. So
Avatar is Pocahontas in space, basically.
pretty much, just on a different planet. That's really all it is.
Only
All right.
because I'm intrigued by this glow that's supposed to happen at night.
Yeah, bioluminescent
Yeah, that.
effects even during the daytime, they say. So
That
Yeah,
will be interesting.
yeah, that will be really something to see.
I will say, and we know I'm very anti-Avatar coming to the parks. So, I mean, how many times have I said I don't want Avatar? But I will say it does look really cool.
See?
I told Adam, okay, now after seeing the concept
Now you're interested.
art and them talking about all the different things and the attractions, I'm like, oh, now see, that looks really cool.
It looks, see? It's a lot of other people were doing the same thing Kristen was doing, going, I don't want to see that crap in Animal Kingdom. Leave it alone.
It's not Disney. It shouldn't be there.
You know, didn't even give it a chance. They hadn't even broke ground yet, and people were, holding a seance to try and change Disney's mind. For crying out loud.
It's like I said at the get-go. If you could separate the world from the story, you have the potential for something awesome. And if anybody could pull that off, it's Disney.
That's right. That's exactly right. And
Anyway, I still don't. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me bringing Avatar to Disney when it's not Disney. But whatever, the stuff looks really cool. So if it's half as cool as what they showed us, it's gonna be good.
And how many people said the same thing about Star Wars when they first announced that it would be coming to MGM so many years ago?
That's not Disney.
That's not Disney. No.
What year was that?
That was 1987.
Now, see, I had never even been to a Disney park at that point. So.
But even people back then were probably going, this is not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to see Darth Vader here.
Mm-hmm.
Now Disney owns it because then it should be there. So.
See how things change?
See, I don't get the whole it's not Disney. Because think of how many Disney characters there are that were originally created by other people.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of the fairy tales.
Yeah.
None of that is Disney.
Hey, Twilight Zone isn't Disney.
No.
Rock and Roller Coaster's not Disney.
ABC's not Disney. Well, it is now.
It is now.
Alice in Wonderland was not Disney to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Pan was not Disney to begin with. 101 Dalmatians, Dumbo, Bambi,
Cinderella,
Sleeping Beauty, Snow White.
I mean, people don't really want to read the actual stories for those. Have you read any of them?
No, they don't. Yes, I have read the Snow White one recently, and I'm just kind of like, I just want to reach through the book and smack her upside the head.
Well, the thing is all of these are fables that were intended to teach children to stay in line. Yeah. That way parents didn't have to yell at their kids all the time. It was, if you do this, you will be put into an oven and she will bake you. Don't eat sweets. I mean, that's what that was all about. So...
Did I just hear Kristen try to channel her inner Phyllis?
She did. She did for a moment. Finger and all.
I don't have an inner Phyllis.
Finger and all.
This was the witch. That was my inner witch.
Okay.
You better not do that very loudly. She might hear you. You don't want her to hear you.
No.
Try and impersonate Phyllis. I mean, come on.
I'm not trying to impersonate Phyllis.
You're gonna.
There's only one Phyllis.
If you upset Phyllis, it's over. You realize that.
I was trying to be Hansel and Gretel's witch.
She will destroy you.
Now, see, apparently she's got a thing for me, so I could get away with that.
Yeah, you could, and that just makes her more interested in you, Eric.
Yeah, well, see, there you go.
Yeah.
See, I got to hold off, but for a totally different reason.
Seriously. Don't get that woman riled up. Oh, God. Anyway, all right, we better get off that before she...
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'm going to keep her in that little closet where she's locked up at right now. So, all right.
How did we even start talking about this to begin with?
How do we start talking about half the crap we'd start talking about?
I don't know. Tonight we're really just, tonight's like a show when we used to do Castaway with Natalie, when it was just like da 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 and go a whole nother direction. You'd be like, I don't even remember why we what show are we doing?
WDW After Dark has more tangents than a high school trigonometry class. That's all there is to it.
And here we were worried that we wouldn't have anything to talk about tonight. Serious, come on.
We just kind of wing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we do. All right. Let's move on to the Disney Parks Moms Panel Search. That is going to be kicking off on September the 8th. Thousands upon thousands of ordinary women with extraordinary love for all things Disney Parks have the chance to apply to become part of the Disney Parks Moms Panel. Now, this small group, officially sponsored by Disney, answers questions submitted online from readers on everything from how to choose where they stay to the ins and outs of making Fast Pass reservations or which excursions are the best on the Disney Cruise Line. The application process is very intensive. It usually starts with applicants filling out the online form with information about their Disney knowledge and questions about why they want to join the panel. That first wave of applicants is cut down to a smaller second-round group, which then have a second round of questions to be answered. Eventually, the third round contestants have a phone interview where judges then make the final decision. Disney selects only a handful of people to join the Moms Panel each year. The first round of applications begin on September the 8th and runs through noon, Tuesday, September the 15th. Now, round two winners will be announced not long after the deadline, but specific details are not shared by Disney. For more information about the Disney Moms Panel and how to apply, visit the official recruiting websites for the Disney Moms Panel.
You know, the one thing is you don't even have to get the questions from the first one right, because one year they asked, what makes up a Dole Whip? And I know people who got it wrong and still were contacted by Disney. So
what makes up a Dole Whip anyway?
You just have to have in there that you're like a mom or a dad, because if you're not either, they don't want you.
Yeah.
They don't want you if you're an aunt and you take your niece and nephew every 3 months to Disney because you're not a mom or your dad. Because apparently those are the only people who travel. You know, couples without kids don't travel to Disney. And single people don't travel to Disney.
Yeah, single people don't travel to Disney ever. Well, doesn't
nope,
happen. No,
never. Couples,
I never go.
Nope,
no.
Them either.
Well,
but I knew somebody who missed the Dole Whip question, and still got the call back. I was like, he missed 3 of the 5 questions, and because of whatever else he put in there about himself, being a dad was enough.
Is it just simply soft serve and
pineapple?
Pineapple. I mean, yeah. That's how can you miss that? Come on.
They said they had something wrong. It wasn't pineapple that the person had said, and they had said there was whipped cream.
Oh God. Whipped cream.
That's
like,
how do you get
coldest whipped cream I've ever had before. That stayed together better than any whipped cream I've ever had before.
Amen to that.
Good golly.
That's some heavy duty Dole Whip.
You require to know is the ingredients to a Dole Whip.
There are certain things that should be required that you absolutely have to know. And one of those, I think, should be how do you make a Dole Whip?
Okay, what are some other things that you think should be required to know?
I'm not a travel expert, so it's hard for me to answer this question. Kristen, I turn that to you.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
You're the travel expert.
I think you
Magical
should be
Journeys
able to name every attraction in every park.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
I like that. Does that include shows or just rides?
Shows too.
Okay. Yeah. There you
Now, see,
So
I wouldn't
you
include
should know-
shows, but, you know.
You should know that Captain EO is going on next door to Journey into Imagination. You should know that the Land Pavilion contains Sunshine Seasons, the Garden Grill. You have Soarin', as well as, I can't think of the name of the Timon and Pumbaa.
Circle of Life.
Thank you. It was escaping my mind at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Those are all the kinds of things you should know. You should know at this height, kids have to be this tall for this. And people shouldn't be asking you questions that somebody who's not on the mom's panel could answer easily.
Like if they have never been on a Disney cruise before, they shouldn't be allowed to be on the mom's panel.
They separate that out now.
Do they?
There's Disneyland, the cruise, and Walt Disney World.
Now, see, I would
But why
love
not
to be.
have-
I'd love to be on the panel for the cruises.
But why not have somebody who, like a Run Disney specialist? This is somebody who has done all the races. They do all
Yeah.
kinds of things like that. Plus, they go to Disney, and they can answer those questions like, hey, where do I go to get a meal before the day I run, you know, to consume so many carbs? Like, where are the best places to get pasta? They can
Mama
tell you.
Melrose's.
I
See,
always
I talked about this today, and that was at the very bottom of the list of places.
I always looked at the mom's panel as who you know in the Disney community, whether it be Disney corporate, who you know on the panel itself, who's making the choices, and, you know, that you have social media-wise dedicated your entire existence to make sure that Disney knows your name, as to how I view the mom's panel. I don't think, really, honestly, that it is a fair competition. I really
Oh,
don't.
it's not. It's not at all.
In any way, shape, or form. Because there are plenty of people out there who work a regular job Monday through Friday, but yet love all things Disney, have been to the Disney parks so many times, have been on the Disney cruise, have done Adventures by Disney so much, but they'll get passed over because they don't know somebody who knows somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're well known in the Disney community. You know, that's why I don't like it.
I just like the fact that that it has been stated online that being an aunt, because somebody actually had asked Gary straight out, like, is there a chance for an aunt to be on the panel? And he pretty much told her no.
What if I'm a foster parent? How does that make me any different than being a mom?
Why is a
or dad?
mom or a dad better to answer a question than anybody else?
Exactly. Just because I don't have a child.
It doesn't mean you go all the time, and it doesn't
Yeah.
mean you know everything there is to know because you're a mom or you're a dad.
What, because I can't pack the diaper bag the right way for a day at Disney, I can't be on the panel? What?
I don't have a
That's
kid,
not
but
right.
I could still pack a diaper bag the right way.
I can't say that I can. But that shouldn't
Well, like
disqualify
if
me.
I can take,
You know.
if I can go to the parks every year, at least once, if not twice, with Natalie and Con,
Yeah.
and I take him to do things because she's tired of doing the kiddie stuff, and I go and do all of those things with him. How is it that supposedly I don't know?
Because
enough
that makes you a
because I
babysitter.
didn't-
That doesn't make you a mom, and that's how they look at it. You're a babysitter. You know, you're like you're child care for hire. That doesn't qualify you.
I'm not for hire though. I do it for free.
You know, because you're
I
not.
should be getting paid then.
If you're not a member of every single Disney forum out there, if you're not a part of 3 or 4 different Disney podcasts, and then you're not a mom or a dad, you don't qualify, which is wrong. Totally wrong. Because there's plenty of people out there who don't have kids, like you and Aljon, for instance, but you guys love Disney. You make Disney a part of your life. You contribute to the Disney community in so many different ways, but it's not good enough. That's wrong.
Now, see, I would love to be on the panel and answer the couples questions and the questions for single travelers, because I know there's plenty of people who, I mean, I get messages from people, emails and stuff asking me, I'm going to be by myself. Do I need to get dining reservations? Or where are the best places? We're just a couple. Where should we eat for Thanksgiving? And, you know,
the naming of this panel
if you
is
look
the
at
problem.
it, if you look at it as when it comes to kids, only moms and dads can answer that. Well, then they can't answer the questions for singles or couples because they're no longer part of either of those divisions.
No.
Like I've gone to the park numerous times alone. You know, I'll go back to the hotel room, and that's the only time I see Aljon is dinner, and that's it. You know, the rest of the time I'm wandering around the parks all alone. And
the name that they thought of for this community is what the first problem is.
Yeah.
By simply just calling it the Moms Panel. Because there's plenty of Disney dads out there. Yet, do they only select, like, what, 1 or 2 men every single year? Something like
Probably. It's not, there's not a whole lot. I haven't looked at the panel in a long time because I don't have any questions to ask them. I don't need an answer. I know the answers to all my questions.
I'll tell you this.
If not, it's on the Disney website, and then I can take it in quotes. Like, no, this is what you said about tripods, people. This is what you said. Look, it's right here. I can show you.
I tell you this. As politically correct as this country has gotten within the past few months, they might run into a few problems with certain people.
Without being discriminated against?
Without being discriminated against, yeah.
That's true, because, like I told you, Gary Buchanan came out and stated, I mean, she put a screenshot because she was upset about it. She goes, this is ridiculous, because she had posted in a Facebook group. And she's like, I want to be part of the Moms Panel, and I asked, and there's no hope of me ever getting on.
Yeah.
They're not going to have anybody who's not a parent.
That's tough to swallow.
Uh-huh. Some people can't have kids, so they adopt, you know.
Yeah,
adopt, not like physically adopt, but, you know, like, hey, you know, this is like my sister doesn't have any kids and isn't going to have any kids. So, you know, Khan, I have adopted him as my nephew.
Yeah.
So that's why I like do all the stuff I do in the parks with him, and, you know, I'm always looking for certain pens that he collects and stuff like that. Like, he loves Duffy. So I always am looking for a Duffy pen or a Club Penguin pen that he doesn't have. I mean, that's the kind of stuff ants do.
You know what? If people think that we're wrong for what we're saying, and you have an argument for it, tell us. Tell us why. Tell us why it's like that and why you agree with it. We're just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah, I'm curious. Eric, are you curious?
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm actually curious about signing up for this.
I wonder how many parents they have that are single parents.
Mm.
You know, that it's not mom, dad, and kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good question.
That would be a good demographic. If they don't have any, that should be on there. I think a variety of people should be on the panel. You should have people who travel alone or travel in couples that can do one or both of those options. You should have, you know, the people with the kids, people with a lot of kids. Like, hey, I have 7 children.
Yeah.
I have, you know, how do I travel? How do I do this? You should have single parents with kids, because those bring about all different issues and how they need to be addressed when you're traveling.
When you mention, you know, people who are single who travel to the parks, I've done it numerous times.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that I always try to do when I book my dining reservations is dine in a place where I know there's going to be a lot of interaction, where there's going to be a lot happening. Because I'll be honest with you, dining in Disney by yourself can feel very odd sometimes. You're that person sitting there by yourself at the table. with nobody else around you, and you see other families and you see with their kids, or you see couples and everything. It's different. It's very different. Tell me who on the mom's panel, who is married and has kids, who has never traveled to Walt Disney World or Disneyland by themselves as a single person before, can help me with something like that and understand what it's like to be in a situation like that. They can't.
No.
They can't do it.
I would think couples would be able to answer that. Like a couple without kids would be able to answer that way before.
Oh yeah.
A family, because they're used to going in a group, whether it's 3 or more.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like, I've gone to Disney, so I know what you mean about you're sitting there by yourself and you see all of these people that are all like couples and lots of families, and you're like, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Boy, I must look like a loser sitting here by myself. Like, I don't have a friend, you know?
That's
things, but it's, which isn't true.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're totally right. But that's why I pick places. I mean, I like the food anyway, but like, for instance, the beer garden, where you get to sit with other people and have a conversation and enjoy your meal. And there are other restaurants like Cape May Cafe, which is very interactive with, your server, the people next to you. It's very interactive, so you don't have that feeling of being by yourself and just eating by yourself or anything else. You don't feel as awkward. But if you go to somewhere, Kristen, give me a good example here of just a place where you would feel awkward eating dinner by yourself.
Narcosis.
Good, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Got that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A place like that. The signature dining restaurants that have a more intimate feel to them, yeah, you would feel very awkward.
Yeah.
Sitting alone. And yeah, I take that into consideration when I'm in the park by myself, when, Aljon's either working or, whatever. I always take into consideration where I'm eating because, yeah, you don't want to feel lonely. And sometimes if you eat in certain places, it'll give you that feeling of being alone because it's quieter. There's not really anything going on except for your server bringing you your food. You sit there and are kind of like,
Now there are those times, though, when you look over at that table next to you with mom and dad over there, and they've got 3 kids, and those 3 kids are going nuts. And they're running around the table, and they're being loud or anything, and you sit there and you go, damn, I'm having a nice, quiet dinner.
Yeah.
I'm not having to deal with that. There are the advantages of a family going to Disney, and there are the advantages of not having a family with you when going to Disney.
Just to touch back on an earlier part of the conversation, I'm looking at the Disney Parks Moms panel right now. There are looks to be 50 people on this panel. 2 of them are men. And one of them is identified as a single parent.
wow.
2 men.
2 men.
I would say that the population is made up of more than a 1 to 25 ratio.
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah. It's 4% male representation.
That's I would rather them call it the Disney Parents Panel and have a few more guys in there than just calling it the Moms Panel and just having a bunch of women. If I were a person that was easily offended, that would offend me. I'm a big Disney fan. I'm a guy.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to talk to other guys. What do you enjoy? But yet I'm stuck with Sally Seashells over here.
So,
as my person for advice, who's got 7 kids.
I'm looking for the percentage of single-parent homes. And according to this one, and it's a website just talking about mothers. It says 1 in 4 children under the age of 18 are being raised in a mom-only house. So that doesn't include the dad-only homes that exist out there.
Yeah.
So that's more than 25% are in a single-family home.
Something just wrong with that.
Honestly, I'm just going to say it. I'm surprised there are any on here.
Yeah, I figured that wouldn't be.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just surprised that there actually are on here. Or excuse me, there one person. I'm surprised there actually is one up here.
Now, do you feel that there is a difference being different things come about now that it's just you and the clone versus you, ex-wife and the clone, like having the family dynamic? Do you feel that there are different situations that arise?
I think there would be, because for one thing, there's one less person in the mix. So when the clone and I are off going doing something somewhere, it's basically just the two of us. It's kind of like, we're more flexible that way. Not to say that things weren't flexible with 3. It's just even more flexible with just 2.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it's basically like, well, where do you want to eat? Okay, I want to eat here. Okay, good, we're done. We don't have to run down the list of
sure.
What do you want to do next, or it's just removing one person out of the equation does kind of simplify things.
It does. It does.
And it seems though, if he was younger, that could be a difficult situation.
Uh-huh.
You can't do the swap.
No.
Things like that come about as with issues with kids, needs to be taken to the restroom, his diaper needs to be changed, or this needs to happen. Well, that's one less person to help with all of those.
Yeah.
So it seems that different problems would arise that way, that parents could need somebody to help them with a game plan.
Yeah, I mean there are certain cons to that, especially the younger the child is. You have it's different logistical problems. I mean, it's like if you're traveling single parent with a young child, you're on call 24/7. I mean, it's not like, hey, you watch him for a little while, I'm going to go off and do this or anything like that. No, it's it's you're there, you're locked in, you're committed to it. Mm-hmm. So, but I won't say it's better or worse. I'll just say it's different.
Yeah.
Well, that is definitely something that the listeners and the viewers can comment on if they like for this time around on the show. We got about 6 minutes, Kristen.
I think that's pretty much everything, isn't it?
I think we've covered everything that we needed to, yeah.
And then some.
And then some.
And then some.
We didn't even think of before. It just kind of happens. That's how the show goes. It's everywhere. Yeah. It's all over the place. So
Jeff, how can everybody find you?
Well, you can try and look me up via zip code if you like. You can try and look me up via my phone number, but I'm not going to give you that.
So they can't stalk you that way.
No, you can't stalk me that way. But here's what you can do. You can find me on Twitter. Right there, where you see my name at, right there. Yeah. And for those listening, at DW_60 on Twitter is where you can follow me at. And the Sorcerer Radio Disney Fun Zone, you can also find me over on Facebook. And then if you're interested in anything else that I have to say, God help you, you can listen on Thursday mornings, Sorcerer Radio, DW60, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. great discussions. Had a great one with Eric last week during an extended version of Press Row. We had such a good time. It was a Dude Bro version of that show, which got a great reaction from it, so it was fantastic. We loved it. Good deal. So that's how you can listen to me and where you can find moi.
Vous.
Eric, where can they find you?
Okay, you can find me Tuesday mornings on Sorcerer Radio with the Sorcom Review, 8 a.m. Can also find me Saturday evenings on Sorcerer Radio, 8 p.m. Eastern for Mighty Marvel Geeks. Twitter, you can find me at Sorcom Review. And also check out the show's Facebook page at facebook.com/Sorcom Review.
Kristen.
As far as myself, you can find me at diningatdisney.com on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Periscope. It's Dining at Disney. For YouTube, the Dining at Disney. Subscribe, download my Dining at Disney podcast, where Jay Braden from Diz Geek Podcast and I talk about everything Disney food at Disneyland and Disney World. And yeah, give us 5-star ratings. Give After Dark 5-star ratings. Give Tiki Room 5-star ratings. Write reviews for us. If you do write reviews, that gives you a chance to enter to get a surprise gift. Because we have some surprise goodies put away. And since Aljon's not here, I'll mention his stuff. It's JediMouseketeer.com and Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all those things. Jedi Mouseketeer, Tiki Room, same way. WDW Tiki Room on all the social media, and WDWTikiRoom.com.
And Kristen, since you mentioned ways of how you can subscribe and leave ratings and reviews and everything else, a lot of different ways that you can watch us and listen to us. If you're doing it here on YouTube, well, you have found that. But if you haven't looked past that, you can listen on the go via Stitcher Radio, tune in, and also subscribe over on iTunes as well. Want to thank the Weeby Geeks Network for putting our show out there. We appreciate that, along with Shot Glass Digital as well. Want to mention them. And remember, you can always send us an email over at wdwafterdark@gmail.com. Leave comments on YouTube right below the screen, down below. Hit the like button, leave comments, all that other stuff. We do definitely appreciate it. And spread the word about WDW After Dark, because we want to reach as many Disney fans out there as possible. So we greatly appreciate it if you would do that.
And I think that wraps everything up.
Wonderful.
All righty.
Goodbye.
That's it. Just goodbye. Yeah,
that's it. Goodbye.
Bye.
I hate long goodbyes, so see ya.
Goodbye.
Crisis for the geek kind. Top geek officials admit they underestimated the hipsters' defense capability. Join the geek revolution and save the galaxy. Geeks from all over the globe are joining up to fight for the future. They're doing their part. Are you? Want to know more? Join Weeby Geeks and the Geek Revolution and save the world. Service guarantees citizenship. Listen to Weeby Geeks podcast on iTunes and Stitcher or online at WeebyGeeks.net. Weeby Geeks, your voice for the Geek Revolution. Want to know more?